guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Professor Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back again guys with Madoka Magica episode 10. Almost done with it.
Yeah, and we lost Kyoko. And we for sure lost Sayaka.
I know.
Okay, we were not expecting this, but at the same time we kind of were. As soon as Sayaka turned into a witch, in my opinion, it was over. I did not expect Kyoko to sacrifice herself like this, but then she felt like she owed it to Sayaka, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And in a bittersweet turn of events, she kind of went back to the girl that she used to be, you know, that's willing to sacrifice herself for others' sakes. And it was sad, but yeah, it had to happen, unfortunately.
We also know that this was technically part of a plan from Kyuujin, because now...
you let it happen.
You let it happen because now...
Madoka's dream is gonna come true.
No, what was the other girl's name?
Homura
is now alone to defeat the big bad thing that's coming soon.
Madoka's dream is gonna happen because I don't remember how they called this thing, but there's a big threat coming to the city. And if Homura is alone, she won't be able to face it. And Kyuujin is kind of betting on Madoka becoming a magical girl to save Homura. And honestly, I would see it happen.
Me too.
So, because I mean, I don't know. I kind of wish she doesn't change for her sake. But at the same time, is there a way to win without her changing? I don't know. There's only 3 episodes left, and apparently there's still some surprises left for us, so I am excited and a bit afraid to see.
I'm so much afraid.
Well, we need to learn about Homura's past and the future.
That too.
So for sure, that's one of the surprises. We need to know how they knew each other. So there's that. But aside from that, I'm a bit afraid to know how it ends. Okay, so let's jump in this episode, see how they cope after last time, and yeah. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out. Check out our Patreon for the full reactions, and let's go!
Alright, let's watch it, guys.
Oh, fucking hell! I loved her already, and now this?
Oh, this is... I mean, we expected her to come from the future after a tragic event and trying to change things.
This is worse.
This is so much worse.
Because, like, from what we knew, her trauma, the amount of, you know, maturity that she showed and stuff, and her connection to Madoka, in my opinion... I expected her to come from years in the future.
Me too! Not 1 week later!
I know. And I expected her to have grown up in a world where things are different, you know? And then she went back all the way to here, and I thought this was the first attempt. The fact that it was over and over and over again makes it worse for me. Because it's the constant, reminder that she failed.
No matter what she's trying to do, she's gonna lose Sayaka, Mami, Madoka, everything.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
I forgot Kyoko too.
Like she said, she is stuck in a maze. These people that she knew, that she got to know and love, are suffering. There's no way out, and she feels the guilt every single time it fails because she knows about the future. So she's changing things. She's trying different approaches. Eventually, if she finds an out. And some people still end up dying, it's going to be on her, the way she sees it. It's going to be on her because who's to say that, Madoka doesn't learn the truth and stuff and doesn't blame her for not going back and saving Sayaka, And like, it's the thing, it's the fact that they treat her this way, understandably, because we saw everything from their point of view. They don't know shit. And even us, we were like, why don't you tell them the truth?
But now we know that she did try to tell them the truth once and it didn't work.
And it's the fact that
they went against her.
It's the fact that she knows that if she goes back and just tells them everything, they either won't believe her or it will be worse. It would get worse, like Mami just killing everyone because she loses it. If she does things the way she's doing them, it's because otherwise, like other ways she's tried before and it was worse or it didn't work. And I mean, in my opinion, that's worse because all she wants is to succeed, but in order to make things happen, she has to play this cold-hearted, character. And I mean, I say play, but let's be real. There's a part of her that changed forever doing this. But you see in her face that she wants to hug Madoka. She wants to be with her. She wants to be friends with her. And she's not allowed to. And I mean, we saw a few times she went back in time, but who knows how many times she had to do this, you know? And it always ends up being worse. And like, we saw Madoka turn into a witch. We saw her being a magical girl. We saw her, you know, try to defeat the Walpurgis Knight. And anyway, the thing, she couldn't defeat it alone before, but then how things happen, depending on how, you know, her wish is being made and stuff, she has the potential to become super strong. And it only happens with Homura. So in this case, we are in a timeline where she could potentially become that thing. But as soon as she does, she immediately turns into a witch because it takes everything from her. So there's no changing her. We cannot have her become a magical girl for sure. And we knew that this was, you know, an urgent thing that we definitely did not want to turn. But to know that, you know, if she becomes a magical girl, there's not a single day after that fight somehow makes it worse. Because she doesn't get to be an adult in any timeline. She doesn't get to grow up. She doesn't get to do anything. Like, she dies, according to the show, tomorrow. You know? There's no coming out of this.
We cannot go back from witch to magical girl, right? We cannot do that. There's no... We cannot reverse the transformation from magical girl to witch to magical girl.
I mean,
right?
They tried with Sayaka, but we understood that when you turn into a witch, you're being, you know, taken over by your emotions, your dark emotions. So there's no intellect behind it. Like, there's no understanding of anything behind it. So how can you try to bring back someone who can't hear you, you know? That's how we understood it with Sayaka. I don't know if we can bring her back.
Maybe we can, we just don't know it yet.
But who would do that? Like, it's not like we have a wish to spare or something. Like, everyone else is gone. So,
no.
The thing is, because we don't, you know, we've seen a little bit of it, I don't really know how to try and guess what the best outcome would be, or what the best way to do things would be.
Maybe with all of the magical girl, because we need Sayaka, Mami, and Kyoko.
Yeah, but we don't want them to be magical girls. That's the whole thing.
Mami was already a magical girl.
Yes, but...
Kyoko too.
Yes, but still, Madoka and Sayaka and stuff, like, the whole becoming a magical girl is a tragedy in itself. Like, Madoka asked Homura to go back and stop her from turning.
Yeah.
So... I'm not even sure if we go back in time. Like, I don't know if this is the timeline we have to deal with. I don't know.
Well, we got 2 episodes left, so I guess it is.
But because this is, you know, this is Homura's reality, and she's been through this, all we can do is hope that eventually she finds a way to change things for, you know, for good, because we cannot even try to guess, you know, oh, if you told her everything in this way, maybe it would have worked, because we don't know if she did. As far as we know, she tried everything. So, there's no out. If she's lost, we're lost.
You know, we've seen so many time travel movie or series, and every single time you got some
Steins Gate taught us
that you cannot change no matter what.
You can trick the world into, you know.
Maybe. But what if those checkpoints is... Mami, Sayaka, Kyoko, and Madoka all needs to die, and you cannot do a thing about it.
I don't know. In some of the realities, she dies with Madoka. Like, she's right there with her. You know. In some realities, she's strong enough to take it on herself. In other realities, she's not strong enough. In some realities, Sayaka is not a magical girl. In others, she is. In some, Mami survives that first encounter with the witch. In others, she doesn't. You know, it doesn't seem like it's like they don't follow the rules in Steins Gate. So I don't know if we can talk about, you know, an event that's unavoidable.
They don't follow the rules. At the end of it, she still dies or becomes a witch. So it's the same end result every single time.
Kyuujin is saying it's inevitable. But at the same time, you know, so many variables have been changed. We just have to find the way to change that one too. Make sure that, but that's the thing, like we still need to defeat that thing. And I don't think Homura is strong enough to do it herself. She's wants to.
She's not.
Yeah, she's not. And the fact that she can't take it on herself means that Madoka makes the sacrifice.
So it all depends on the wish then. On the wish then.
On Madoka's wish?
Yeah.
It comes down to it, but at the end of the day, I don't see a way out unless she turns into a magical girl. Which is a tragedy in itself, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. I just want to move on. Like, this episode was really, really good.
You know what? I'm not gonna say it then because I'm gonna say it at the end of it, but
I'm loving it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say it then now. I wasn't expecting that
from the show.
From Madoka
Magica.
Yeah.
Same, and I'm so excited to see how it ends, but I mean, I don't know. I want a happy ending, but this show is not.
Maybe we won't.
This show is not happy, so I don't know. But yeah, I think this episode cemented Homura as my favorite character.
Yeah.
Hands down, so easy choice.
She's a mother, so of course she
I like Sayaka too, but I think Homura just steals the show for me. So
once you learn about her, yeah.
Yeah, especially once you learn about her. But even before I was like, I was partial to her character a little bit, but. Seeing how it happened, seeing how she was before and what she went through for this. Okay, we're gonna move on. It was a tremendous episode. I wonder what's gonna happen next. But
sorry, I'm kind of glad though that now we know that she's not living on the street or something because she still has a house and parents and family.
Yeah, it's not just she went back in time and there's another Homura somewhere. But
yeah.
I mean, which was what I thought happened originally, but she goes back in her own body, so it's not that bad. Okay, we're gonna move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be out on YouTube next week, guys. So we're gonna see you then.
Bye!
Bye, guys.